Hello, friends, and welcome to the Capitalize Your Best podcast. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting. And this podcast has been running concurrently with my private podcast, the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast, for the past few months. And I've been debating about what to do. So here's the backstory, if you don't mind, just for a moment. I've run the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast for about 7 years now. And at the beginning of 2025, Spotify shut it down. Their AI bots said that we were streaming music that was not copyrighted. And that was not the case at all. But all of a sudden, after 7 years of podcasting, I didn't have anything to do. Well, this podcast had a couple of forms. It started out, believe it or not, as a podcast called Corona Business, which I launched in 2020 to talk about surviving business in the midst of the coronavirus. It then took a break. Then it morphed into the Capitalize Your Best Real Estate podcast, where I was interviewing real estate agents and offering real estate advice. And then it took another pause. Well, it sat dormant for a little while. Well, when This Is Gonna Hurt got shut down, I was like, I'm not going to be kept from podcasting. So I restarted this podcast, the Capitalize Your Best podcast. Well, I ran a couple of episodes, and then all of a sudden, Spotify gave me back This Is Gonna Hurt. So I was like, what am I going to do? Capitalize Your Best was gaining momentum, and I wanted to reignite This Is Gonna Hurt. So what I've been doing for the past 2 months is recording one episode and then publishing them both on the same platforms at the same time. So every Monday, the same episode would debut on This Is Gonna Hurt, and the same episode would debut on this podcast, the Capitalize Your Best podcast. Well, I know that ultimately, in the long run, that doesn't make sense. So I had to make a choice. I had to either shut down this podcast, the Capitalize Your Best podcast, and just go back to full time to the podcast that had 7 years of history and episodes, 550 plus, or I had to figure out what to do here. Well, I've just been debating. I've been patient, and you've been patient, so thank you so much. I just kept running episodes concurrently. But then after a little research, some feedback, some friends, and a couple other conversations, I decided, here's what I'm going to do. So every Monday, the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast is going to continue with its focus of faith, family, fitness, and finances. But that podcast is going to be personally based always. We're going to talk about personal aspects of faith, family, fitness, and finances. The Capitalize Your Best podcast is going to be focused entirely on being a business professional and growing your business. So that means we are going to talk about marketing advice. We're going to talk about general business principles. If I interview anyone here, it's going to be business based. If I interview anybody on This Is Gonna Hurt, it's going to be personal based. So that might be anything just for fun, or it might just be personal growth. And so what's going to happen is the two are going to go in different directions. This Is Gonna Hurt is very much going to be focused on personal aspects of growth, faith, family, fitness, and finances. Capitalize Your Best is going to be focused on business growth, entrepreneurship, business, marketing. And so if we interview anyone here, it's going to have that focus. I didn't want to abandon either one of the platforms. First of all, This Is Gonna Hurt has 7+ years of history, over 550 episodes, and everyone who has joined me there, thank you. You've been incredibly faithful. But Capitalize Your Best here was growing. It's also consistent with my brand as owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting, and our motto, our theme, and our program is called Capitalize Your Best. So I wanted this to continue. So here's what you can expect. Every Monday, This Is Gonna Hurt is going to continue as it always has, but be entirely personal based. So if it talks about finances on that side, it's going to talk about more from a personal aspect, a personal growth aspect. Here on Capitalize Your Best, we are going to talk about business, entrepreneurship, how you can tap into the thing that's unique and strong about you to grow your career, to grow your business, to grow as an entrepreneur. And we're going to bring in experts. And we've already got folks who are committed to those episodes. So the fun thing is now, out of this whole debacle with Spotify, is that 2 episodes are going to run, 2 podcasts are going to run. But finally, I feel like I have the understanding of where each one should go. So please subscribe to both. I will now be producing 2 episodes per week One for This Is Going to Hurt, focusing on personal faith, family, fitness, and finances growth. And then every Wednesday, here where you are on Capitalize Your Best, where we're going to be focusing on business growth, entrepreneurial growth, professional growth, that kind of thing. So I'm excited about this restart. Please like, subscribe. And here's the bonus. You will be able to find each on Spotify, iTunes, and all the other platforms. On YouTube, however, just subscribe to my normal page. I'll put it in the show notes, but both episodes will debut there differently. I have just one YouTube page, but you're going to get two different podcast episodes. My goal is to double the amount of impact you can make by double the amount of content we make. I double content, you double impact. That's the goal. So look out for some incredible episodes. You're going to have commentary. You're going to have private seminars. You're going to have interviews. Here, we're talking about business and professional growth. That's what you're going to get. Over there, you are going to get personal faith, family, fitness, finances growth. And in the result, we're all going to be better for it. So friends, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for your faithfulness with both running concurrently. Please like, subscribe this here, and you can look for me each and every Wednesday on the Capitalize Your Best podcast. Thanks, friends, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.